Hello and welcome to another video by Haste Computer Repair. And today's custom budget PC is fitted into a Bitfenix Prodigy M PC case, colored blue and with some slight modifications. Fitted onto this ASUS H701 Pro Mini ITX motherboard is a Intel Core i7-6700 CPU, 4 cores and 8 threads, and I decided to stick with the stock Intel CPU cooler just to save a couple bucks, because this CPU is not exactly going to cause a lot of thermal issues. Right beside that, I have 16 gigabytes of Samsung DDR4 2400 MHz RAM. And on this motherboard, there's actually a NVMe slot underneath, which is pretty cool, saving space. We can't view that without removing the board, so I have the package here of the same SSD, which is a Patriot P300 512 gigabyte NVMe solid state drive. And here we have a Zotac GTX 1070 Ti graphics card with 8 gigabytes of GDDR5 memory. Powering it all is a Cooler Master Masterwatt Lite 500 watt power supply. As you can see, the front panel of this PC case doesn't allow a lot for air intake, just these little slots around the edge. But I do still have one air intake 120mm case fan installed. Underneath this removable mesh filter, I have two 120mm case fans as air exhaust, and one rear exhaust fan also 120mm in size. This case didn't always have this mesh installed. That's something that I did after noticing that the thermals were quite horrible. Previously, the side panel had this plastic window installed, and what I found was the graphics card was pretty well right up against the side panel and just almost kind of suffocating the card and not really allowing for any cool air intake. I'm going to cut to a couple clips that I filmed a little while ago just to demonstrate what I mean. So just for reference, with the side panel on with the glass attached, we're reaching 89 degrees Celsius in FurMark, and this has been running for just about half an hour. You can see that the graphics card is right up against the plastic panel, and I think that's kind of choking it from getting fresh air. I'm going to try to do this delicately, but I'll show you what it's like when we take the panel off. So you can see that within about a minute, we're down 20 degrees. So I'm definitely going to be swapping out this glass panel for a mesh panel. And we'll see what kind of temperatures we get. And with the mesh installed, we're sitting at a very comfortable 67 degrees Celsius for the graphics card. You'll notice that there's some extra holes here on the top of the case, and that is because there used to be a little handle attachment like what you see on the bottom of the case. But I suppose the previous owner removed it for one reason or another, or maybe it broke off. So that means that this case came to me pretty much free, and it'll also be going out with the final sale at zero cost. The front panel I/O has 2x USB 3.0, microphone and headphone input, a reset button and power button. The rear I/O of the motherboard features a mouse and keyboard PS2 port, VGA, DVI, HDMI, and DisplayPort options, 6x USB 3.0, microphone, headphone, and audio output, an optical SPDIF output, two RJ45 Ethernet ports for networking and internet connection, and built-in Wi-Fi and Bluetooth 4.0. And the GTX 1070 Ti features 3x DisplayPort 1.4a and 1x HDMI 2.0, and a DVI port that has a plastic cover on it, which curiously says MSI, not Zotac. So now that we know a little bit about the hardware and the different kinds of modifications I had to make to the case to make this work, let's check out the gaming and benchmark performance, and hopefully this will give you an idea if this is a solid budget choice for you in 2024.